For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Sally Allworth. I've been a student at KCC since 1997, and I am not an ongoing member of the teaching staff here, but while we're in this time of transition, I've been asked to help out from time to time just to support our teachers in getting enough rest and mental break. So I'll lead this session, and we'll practice until about 11:45, and then we'll recite the aspirations for Mahamudra prayer and then dedicate the merit of our session. So one of the things we've been looking at this morning is this idea that attention might become stable or continuous even as the mind is in motion, which can feel like a very contradictory idea. And in one way, we don't really want to talk about it too much, because the more we have an idea about what's supposed to happen when we practice, the harder it is to actually just stay there and be present with what does happen, which could be something completely unexpected. But I think it can also be helpful to recognize that just in an ordinary way, we have some experience of this. We have little tastes of it in our life. I went on a hike with my good friend, and it was a cold day, and so we started out moving very quickly up the trail to try and get our temperature up. And he's much fitter than I am and younger, and so he set a pace that I was having trouble keeping up with. So all my focus was, just don't fall behind, just don't fall behind. And then we made it to the top of the first rise, and we were next to a beautiful rocky river. And the water was flowing and bouncing off the stones, and the trees were moving, and the light was shifting. And I was really pleased to not be moving and just taking a moment to let my body rest and let my breathing return to normal. And I found that I didn't actually have any particular desire to think. No opinion about the place where we were. No need to change anything or manipulate anything, but there was just a moment where I was standing by the rushing river, and it was going by, and it was fine, just the way it was, and I was just there. So we have some idea of what that looks like. If our conventional mind, our conceptual mind is rushing like a river, it's still possible to stand on the bank and just see it going by and not need to stop it or change it or judge it in any way. So let's continue what Lama Michael guided us to do this morning and try to rest with our experience. And I'll break this into roughly 3 sessions, so you'll have a chance to rest and move your body in between. If your awareness has wandered off or gone to sleep, bring it back for a moment. And then let go. Take a moment to refresh yourself, and then begin again when you're ready. So aspiration prayers are one of those ways that we can set positive momentum in our lives by filling our minds with wisdom and compassion. Namo Guru. Gurus and Yidams, deities of the mandala, Buddhas of the 3 times and 10 directions, and your children, consider me with kindness. Grant your blessing that all my wishes be realized. Sprung from the snow mountain of the pure actions and intentions, mine and those of all sentient beings without limit, may the river of virtue undefiled by the 3 spheres flow into the ocean of the 4 bodies of Buddha. As long as I have not realized this, through all my lifetimes, birth after birth, may not even the words for defilement and suffering be heard, and may I enjoy the prosperity of oceans of happiness and virtue. Having obtained this excellent, free, and well-favored life, along with faith, energy, and intelligence, having attended a worthy master and received the pith of the sacred instructions, may I practice the sacred Dharma properly in all my lives without interruption. The study of scriptures frees one from the veil of ignorance. The contemplation of oral instructions overcomes the darkness of doubt. Light born of meditation illuminates the way things are. May the radiance of the 3 wisdoms increase. The significance of the ground is the 2 truths, free from the extremes of eternalism and nihilism. The excellent path, the 2 accumulations, free from the extremes of assumption and denial. The result obtained is the 2 benefits, free from the extremes of existence and peace. May I meet the Dharma, which is free from error. The ground of refinement is mind itself, indivisible luminosity and emptiness. The refining, the great Vajra composure of Mahamudra. What is to be refined, the incidental stains of confusion. The result of refining, the unstained Dharmakaya, may I realize it. Confidence in outlook is cutting assumptions about the ground. The key to meditation is maintaining that without distraction. The supreme activity is to exercise the sense of meditation in everything. May I have confidence in outlook, meditation, and activity. All dharmas are projections of the mind. As for mind, there is no mind. Mind's nature is empty. Empty and immediate, mind appears as everything. Investigating it well, may I settle the basic points. Appearances which never existed in themselves have been confused as objects. Awareness itself, because of ignorance, has been confused as a self. Through the power of dualistic fixation, I wander in the realm of existence. May the ignorance and confusion be completely resolved. It doesn't exist, even Buddhas do not see it. It doesn't not exist, it is the origin of samsara and nirvana. No contradiction, conjunction, the middle way. May I realize the pure being of mind, free of extremes. If one says it is this, nothing has been posited. If one says it is not this, nothing has been denied. Unconditioned pure being transcends intellect. May I gain conviction in the ultimate position. Not realizing it, one circles in the ocean of samsara. Realizing it, Buddha isn't anywhere else. It is everything, it isn't anything, none of this. Pure being, the basis of everything, may I see any misunderstanding here. Since appearance is mind and emptiness is mind, since realization is mind and illusion is mind, since arising is mind and cessation is mind, may all assumptions about mind be eliminated. Unpolluted by meditation with intellectual efforts, undisturbed by the winds of everyday affairs, not manipulating, knowing how to let what is true be itself, may I become skilled in this practice of mind and maintain it. The waves of subtle and coarse thoughts calm down in their own ground. Motionless, the river of mind abides naturally. Free from the contaminations of dullness and torpor, may I establish the still ocean of shamatha. When one looks again and again at the mind which cannot be looked at, and sees vividly for what it is the meaning of not seeing, doubts about the meaning of is and is not are resolved. Without confusion, may my own face know itself. Looking at objects, there is no object, one sees mind. Looking at mind, there is no mind, it is empty of nature. Looking at both of these, dualistic clinging subsides on its own. May I realize sheer clarity, the way mind is. Free from mental constructions, it is called Mahamudra. Free from extremes, it is called Madhyamika. Everything complete here, it is also called Mahaati. May I attain the confidence that in understanding one, all are realized. The great bliss of non-attachment is continuous. Sheer clarity without fixations is free of obscurations. Passing beyond intellect, non-thought is naturally present. May these experiences continually arise without effort. Attachment to good and fixation on experience subside on their own. Confusion and evil concepts are cleared away in the realm of ultimate nature. In the ordinary mind, there is no rejection or acceptance, no separation or attainment. May I realize the truth of pure being, complete simplicity. While the nature of beings has always been full enlightenment, not realizing this, they wander in endless samsara. For the boundless suffering of sentient beings, may overwhelming compassion be born in my being. While such compassion is active and immediate, in the moment of compassion, its essential emptiness is nakedly clear. This conjunction is the undeviating supreme path. Inseparable from it, may I meditate day and night. From the power of meditation come eyes and actual knowledge. Sentient beings are ripened and domains of enlightenment refined. Aspirations for the realization of all aspects of Buddhahood are fulfilled. May I complete these three, fulfillment, ripening, and refinement, and become Buddha. By the compassion of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the tender actions, and the power of whatever virtue there may be, may my wishes and those of all beings be fulfilled as we ask in this way.
By this virtue may I quickly realize Mahamudra and establish all beings without exception in this state.
Stopa asked me to announce that there will be shamatha practice tonight at 6:30, and my husband Jeff will be leading it. And I think there will be no Q&A, but it'll be a nice time to come and practice together.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Zilpa. Thank you, Sally. Okay. Take care of Steve's table.
What's that?
The drops. I have to take care of Steve's